seasons at Clemson, and historic moments, and 10-win seasons, 8-win seasons is what we aspire to this year. National championships, without question, had continued in full confidence in his ability to lead us throughout the rest of the season, which we've shown, winning the state championship and the winning streak here to the end, leading to New York, let alone the excitement and eagerness for the path ahead. So couldn't be more excited to watch the 25 Tigers, while certainly pointing ahead to the 26 Tigers and beyond. And Coach Smith, hearing your analogy of the pencil sharpener, right, Dabo, I can already hear that in a future Clemson team meeting too. That's really, really good. But Coach's ability, even as Pat said to start, just to connect with our players and to continue to lead and be an incredible leader and developer of men in college football going forward is unmatched and without question, and just an incredible fit here at Clemson. And that's been shown for 2 decades that Coach has been at Clemson, and I expect that to continue for many, many years ahead.
Thank you very much. We'll take the next one from Neil Rudell from the Altoona Mirror.
Yes, thank you. This is for Terry. Have you guys, it sounds like a lot of activities, have you guys formulated what your travel will be?
Yeah, we are heading up to New York on December 27th. We will spend Christmas in New York, and we're excited about it. And I do want to go see the Rockettes and, all the monuments, and enjoy New York on Christmas while getting ready to play a game.
So you're leaving on Christmas Day?
December 22nd.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take the next one from Chapel Fowler from the State.
Hey, good morning. This one's for Dabo. Dabo, we saw yesterday Avion Terrell declared for the draft. First of all, with him, do you know if he's going to play in the bowl game? And how are your conversations going with those other juniors that have draft and bowl game decisions as well?
Yeah, it's been good. We've had a little time to do that, and we'll have our team meeting on Thursday, and that'll be our first practice. We'll see, what everybody, where everybody is. We've got I'm sure we've got a couple of injury situations as well that we got to deal with, but we'll get it all ready to go and head up to New York on the 22nd as well, and get ready to play.
We'll take the next one from Daniel Gallen from Lions 24/7.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the time. For Terry, when you talk about the opt-outs, guys leaving early, coaching staff changes, what's going to be the key to get this to December 27th, to get it to the finish line with a team that can play against Clemson and represent this university well? What's that going to be? What's that process going to be like?
Yeah, the process is the same as anything. It's going to be the next man up. The result is the standard is the result. We'll field a team that's going to be ready to compete, and we have our work cut out for us to play against Clemson. But we're going to put a product out there on the field that's representative of Penn State, and we're going to play really hard and play really tough, and we're going to get after it, and then the result will be the result. But the next man up has to deliver the job.
Thank you, Coach. As a reminder to media, please use the raise hand function if you would like to ask a question. We will take the next one from David Hood from CUTigers.com.
Hey, good morning. This is for Coach Swinney. Coach, I know that there are times when you have a little downtime that you like to take Will and Drew and Clay off to see baseball games. You've seen games in Yankee Stadium. Is there one game or two games there in that stadium that that kind of stand out, that you made a memory with your boys? And then what's it going to be like for you to stand on the sidelines, maybe with Monument Alley behind you, actually coaching in a game on that field?
Yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, I was a baseball kid growing up, and coached my kids playing baseball, and I went to I'm friends with Joe Madden, and when he was the manager of the Angels, they were playing in Boston, and so went to Fenway Park, and he got us tickets, and we kind of sat right there. But then they actually won the game versus the Red Sox, and the game's over. He brought me on the field to do the high five line with all the players, and Otani was on that team, and I guess Mike Trout, and so anyway, the game's over, and he says, "Hey, I want you to come into the locker room here and give the post game speech." So next thing I know, I'm in the locker room at Fenway Park giving the post game talk to the Angels, and then I got to throw out the first pitch at Wrigley Field. That was one of the coolest moments that I've ever been a part of. And then and now I get to coach a game at Yankee Stadium. So I mean, that is some kind of trifecta from a kid from Pelham, Alabama that grew up playing shortstop for the Panthers, so I'm just super proud of it. But I mentioned it earlier. I went to it was on Memorial Day in 2018. We had gone up for a weekend in New York and to catch a Yankees game, and got a chance to be on the field with Joe, who was the manager then, and meet a lot of the players, etc. But every 2 innings, they picked the bases up and they put new bases down for some reason. And the guy walks over to me. I'm sitting right there, and he says, "Coach, you want the base?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I literally walked out of Yankee Stadium back to our hotel with first base. The whole way. I got a lot of looks, but it was that was probably my greatest memory. And so just you just feel the history. When you just approach the stadium, you feel the history. And just touring around and seeing all the, they have a museum there at the stadium as well, and just going through and checking all that out was awesome. Johnny Mosley, who's a friend who works with the Yankees, he hosted us, and it was an amazing experience.
Thank you, Coach Swinney. You're welcome to work for the Media Relations Department of the Yankees anytime you like. We will take the next one from Mark Wogenrich from Penn State on Sports Illustrated.
Thanks. Appreciate everybody's time. Terry, this one's for you. Will Ty Howell be part of your coaching staff for the bowl game? And then how have you gotten to know him over the past 8 weeks differently than the past, the years that you've been together?
Yeah, Ty Howell is a Penn State letterman, tremendous asset to the program. We are working through dynamics right now with staff changes. As of now, he'll be with us, but we're just working through that. To be honest, I'm not quite sure, but he's a tremendous asset. He's recruited unbelievable tight ends. He's an unbelievable coach. He's done a tremendous job for us, and he has a big part in the success that we've had here the past 7-8 years. As a Penn State letterman, I couldn't be more proud of him, and just happy for all of his opportunities and just what he's brought to Penn State.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take the next one from Grayson Mann from CUTigers.com.
Hey, this is for Coach Swinney. Dabo, Saturday in Charlotte was a little bit of a different experience for you in the ACC Championship, taking a little of that TV debut. Just what was that like? And is that maybe something that down the road you're like, hey, this could be an opportunity after coaching?
I have no idea. That'd be for somebody else to determine. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Got a chance to see Tony and obviously know a lot of the people with the network and coached Eric. So it was weird, not being in the game, being there but not being in the game. That was kind of different, but I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take another one from Max Ralph from Penn Live.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for the time. For Terry, Matt Campbell said yesterday that he was going to begin the process this week of sitting down with players and, talking about their futures with them. What will be your role in that, and how have you handled this situation and trying to pitch guys on Penn State throughout this?
Yeah, I met with Matt and his staff that has already come to Penn State last night. We went through the entire roster. We discussed the entire staff and auxiliary staff. Ultimately he has to make decisions. But I informed him of, basically the personnel in the building, just to enlighten him so he knows who each person is when he sits in front of them and talks with those guys. So he's in the process starting today of meeting with all the staff. And then in the next few days, he's going to meet with each individual on the team. And then from there, he'll start to make some decisions.
Thank you, Coach. We have time for a few more. We'll go to TJ Tomesco from On New Jersey Sports.
Hi, this is for Coach Swinney. Coach, you mentioned earlier that a lot of your players haven't been up this north from South Carolina. What was the reaction between players, coaches, even family members that you guys would be heading up to New York to play in the Pinstripe Bowl?
Oh, they're excited. They're excited about it. And, like I said, it'll be a unique experience to have Christmas in New York City. So our guys are in finals right now. We'll have our first team meeting on Thursday. So that'll be the first time I get a chance to get in front of the whole team, since this was announced. But, I know we'll have a eager group. And again, I've always enjoyed postseason and the experiences that come with it. I've been, all over the country in bowl games with this game, but I've never had an opportunity to have a postseason game in New York City. So it's unique for me, and I'm really excited about it, and I know our players will be as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. We'll go back to Joel Smeltzer from Nittany Sports Now.
Thanks again for doing this. This is for Coach Swinney. Now that you've had a few days to focus on Penn State, what's your impression of the way they performed, particularly the last month of the season and the job that Terry has done?
Well, first of all, I've got great respect for anybody who gets put in an interim situation. I've been there, done that, and that is an incredibly difficult task. To all of a sudden you're thrust into a completely different role, and to have to kind of redefine roles and responsibilities, and you wear a lot of different hats. That is not easy, and especially at a place like Penn State where there's a lot of people who care and are paying attention to everything that you do. And I just think he's done an amazing job. And again, just settling. And then they had, have had injuries, but settling them down and finding a way to finish the season, just like we have. Disappointing start. Both had high expectations. But football is football. Football's hard, and it doesn't always go your way. But most of the time, it gets worse when things go bad. But what you've seen at Penn State is you've seen the character of their program, the character of their players, because they've continued to battle. And honestly, there's a couple other games they could have won. They've competed and they battled, and I think that's a great reflection of who Coach Smith is and the job that he's done. So, I think that it's, just, again, a great opportunity for both teams to go compete, to try to finish your season, with a win, and excited about it.
Thank you. And we have time for one last question. We'll go to Tyler Donahue with Lions 24/7.
Thank you very much. A question for both Pat and Terry, if that's okay. Obviously, there was a lot of public vocal support for Terry to be the next head coach permanently for Penn State. How did both of you navigate the final stretch here when it became apparent that Matt was going to be the choice? And not just for you guys all getting on the same page, but making sure the locker room understood why you went this direction, and that the locker room understood the value that you still see in Terry and that Terry still sees in being a Penn State coach.
Well, yeah, I mean, Terry and I had communications throughout. There was a reason why I knew that Terry was the right person to get us through this. And because of everything he represents, who he is as a man. And I think all of that is why I think we're in the position we're in right now. Terry's leadership, his ability to hold the locker room together, his ability to be very honest and transparent with the players. So all of that helped really helped us get to where we are today in a really, really good spot. And so, it was, like I said yesterday, it was a no-brainer to have Terry here, and Terry and I had an open and honest conversation, and I think we're positioned extremely well for the future. To have Terry's partnership with Matt and in that building, and knowing what he knows about Penn State and knows what he knows about these guys and what it takes to win here. So I feel very blessed to be in the situation we're in, and I'm very grateful for what Terry was able to do. And I'm excited to have Terry lead us into this bowl game too. That's a crazy stat that Terry played in the last Clemson game, so that's good. Although Terry, I don't know, did you get any ball? Did Joe throw the ball to you? He probably didn't. You were blocking. I don't know. You probably blocked the whole game.
Yeah, I actually redshirted that year, so I was just
Okay.
I was just a guy on the sideline at that point. No, but it was, I echo what Pat said. He just continued to have open communication. I wasn't aware of who the choice was going to be until it was the choice, but it was communicated that, we were getting close to someone, and, he called me in, and we had direct conversation. It was full transparency. And I felt really, really good with the selection, the choice. I felt really, really good with how I was approached about it. And, it was the way I was able to move forward, staying at Penn State because of the communication, the forwardness, the direct communication. And we were all on the same page.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for your time this morning. Thanks to Michael Margolis as well. When we come back, Mark and I will wrap things up here on, yes, the Gotham Sports app and the live stream on pinstripepoll.com. Don't forget the game will air on ABC on Saturday, December 27th. It's Penn State and Clemson at Yankee Stadium. Stick around.
Hey, everyone, we have one more segment to go. Everyone, please stay on. We have a couple more minutes, but it will be quick because we are approaching at the hour. Again, thank you, media, for all your questions. Really, really nice job. And we are going to come back from commercial in a moment. But everyone, please hang on. We're almost there.